Absolutely incredible experience. I said it a couple of times this week, this is totally going to change my life. Everything from start to finish I enjoyed. Yes, it was at times tough, but I think what you put into something, you really get out of it. And this week, I think from the support from everyone, from the program, basically right through, just felt the process was really something that I needed to go through. And I felt that it was just a 10 out of 10. I have an interesting case. I've been diagnosed with something called ulcerative colitis. It's similar to Crohn's disease. And 12 months ago, I got rushed into A&E with severe pains and bleeding. I stayed in Chelsea and Westminster for 3 whole weeks. And for a lot of the time, I couldn't get off the floor of the bathroom. I had blood running down my legs and severe pain. I was on morphine, steroids. I was probably a day from being operated on and removing my colon, and I was just basically I was after totally breaking down. And what happened was, it was just a build-up of all this toxins and acid, stress from work, eating wrong probably because I was stressed from work, and I think just basically things that I haven't dealt with emotionally, and all of this thing was a big build-up, and I basically just burst. So, as I said, I was in there for 3 weeks, came out of it really still not right. I think I was on 22 tablets a day. I had, I think, 5 or 6 repercussions of this since, where I literally every morning I can't, when I get out of bed, I have to be near a toilet for at least an hour and a half. Can't move. Basically, it's just totally debilitation me, because I didn't know kind of where to go or what to do. I did try. I did go on different various diets and stuff, but for me, after this week, this has kind of awakened me to kind of looking after my body, mind, soul, everything. And I think that's a bit of background of where I was compared to, yeah, it's great, I've lost a load of weight and everything, but I think that's a byproduct of feeling good. So yeah, that's my story. 88.3 coming in, and I'm going back 83.3, so a total of 5 kg. And learning about different things, different little, as it just talked about atomic habits, there's all of what you're actually doing is atomic habits, and it's just putting these things into place and putting them in the right places in your life and your mind to remember and check in. There's no question. I've said it I don't know how many times this week, it's been probably more life-changing potentially for me than anyone else because of the sickness. But again, I can't talk for anyone else, but I felt like it's just totally emotionally woken me up and went, Jesus, I'm very lucky to be, to have the mindset to, everyone's telling me you have to stay on these tablets the rest of your life, you have to, you've got an autoimmune disease and all this bull, and I'm like, no, I've always in my head saying no, but this has really said to me, you know what, no, what I felt this week, I can feel every week. You cannot put a price on your health. And from somebody who's been so ill, I've got so much better at that, but now I'm even going to get better again, because it's so important to put the timing into your health. So for me, I think the timing is something that it's an easy one to get over. When the money, again, we spend money on so silly things. This is the most important thing. Without the basis of this, you just literally don't have anything. So for me, I don't think that's a major thing. If you can find the time and the money, you're putting good money into your body. So he was incredible from start to finish. Before we met, skipping the airport to where we kind of ended up starting the journey. Everything was explained so well to us. We just felt so present all the time. We felt that we were working with us and encouraging us. Basically unconditionally. So we felt everything that we put into the course, and for me the motivation and the energy was just incredible. People, business owners, they probably come on and like you're constantly working and totally putting everything into it. You've no idea. As we all know, if you run a business, you basically put your heart and soul into it, And this week was a time for me to take a little step back. From a focus point of view, I'm like I've so many ideas after coming out of my head that I've written different things down, and also a way of stepping out, because sometimes as business owners, especially in startups, you're in the midst of it. You can't kind of see looking down on things and letting others kind of lead. And that's what a big thing that I've got out of this week. Loads of focus, loads of energy, loads of ideas of how to do things better, and kind of also putting my health before work, where I'd never have said that before, ever. So it's like kind of putting all those things into motion, because I do love my work, I do love my health, and I do love, focus, energy, good vibes. So it's all just kind of, it's coming together for me.